Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Now this is going to be a follow-up video of my S P Jain MGB video that I posted about 6 months ago or so, and I have received an overwhelming amount of DMs and emails after that video, and honestly I didn't anticipate that, but I'm glad to know that the video helped many of you. But the reason I wanted to make this one over here is because the number one question till date that I get in my DMs or in my emails is related to placements and ROI. Okay, even though I mentioned in my last video that this is not something that any college can sort of promise you, even though they do put down numbers, and those numbers are generally derived from their benchmarks, right? Now that being said, I am just somebody who graduated from S P Jain and did their MGB program. It's been over a year since I graduated, and I really don't know much about the internal workings of the college. I don't work with them, so there are a lot of admission related inquiries that came my way, and a lot of internal queries that I honestly have no control over or understanding about. So my apologies if I haven't been able to answer your queries to satisfaction. I would highly recommend that you reach out to the college themselves. I know it can be tough to get in touch sometimes, but I'm so sorry that I have no control over a lot of aspects of this entire process. Now this video is not going to be about the MGB specifically, but it's just going to be about how you can use an MBA to fuel your career. I believe that in any MBA, okay, whether you do it locally, whether you do it abroad, there's a lot that is in common. There are a lot of subjects that they will teach you that you'll be able to implement in your life ahead, right? So very quickly, I just wanted to speak to you all about this stuff generally, and also talk about how my journey has been from the start of my MBA to where I am today. So if you enjoy this video, please be sure to let me know, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button, okay? So now without further ado, let's get into this video. So for those of you who have not seen my previous video yet, I highly recommend you go check it out. I'm going to leave it up here so you can go watch that first. And for those of you who've already seen that video, you know that I graduated from S P Jain. I did the MGB program, which is a tri-city course. So I went to Dubai, then I went to Sydney, then I went to Singapore. It was quite a journey, and I finally got my degree in January 2020 after doing an internship in Singapore, right? So I'm going to talk a bit about my mindset from when I started the course to now. So when I started it, when I applied for it, I was still in my final year of engineering. So I did computer engineering from MIT Pune, and I was in my final year. My exams were 2 months away, my final exams. And at that point, all I knew was that I was in the wrong place in terms of computer engineering. I just didn't feel like I belonged. I didn't enjoy it particularly, but I also didn't know what I wanted to do. That being said, I was very sure that I wanted to pursue a master's degree. That was like a benchmark I set for myself. And also I knew that I needed it to be an MBA and not an MS. A lot of people, I think, when they opt for an MBA, they are looking for a red carpet entry into the corporate world, you know, directly getting a manager role, and these are things that we are told from, you know, when we are pursuing our degrees. So it's something that's sort of inculcated into us. It's in our heads that, okay, finish your bachelor's, maybe get a couple of years of experience, or just go directly into an MBA, and that assures you a higher package, higher salary, a better position in a job. And while these are not necessarily bad things, it can be a great driving factor to make sure that you perform well in your MBA. It shouldn't be the only reason you're opting for an MBA, okay? Because if you are going about it in that manner, when your first instinct is, am I going to get a 15 lakh package after this? Am I going to get a 20 lakh package after this? That's the wrong way to start. I understand that finances are important. I know that, and it is a very common concern that everyone has. It's a concern that I had myself, but having gone through the experience, I feel like I can look back and tell you all a few other things that you can, you know, think about, rather than just spotlighting on what your package will be like. And again, this is not just from an S P Jain MGB point of view. This is in terms of any MBA that you opt for in the world, okay? Think about the MBA as a period of time in your life where you're going to pick up a lot of learnings, right? You really need to go into it for the right reasons. You need to go into it thinking that okay, I want to adapt a certain way, I want to pick up these certain skills, I want to work in this particular domain where I would like to be managing a team that does so and so. And I get it, like sometimes, you know, when you start off you have no idea of what you want, like I didn't either. But going into the MBA, because I went into it with so much of excitement and this will to do well, I paid a lot of attention during my MGB. Yes, there were subjects that I didn't like very much, but most of them I genuinely loved, and the kind of knowledge that I got from this degree is something that no one can ever take back from me, right? And that is something that you need to focus on. Never go into doing an MBA for just the degree, for just passing, you know, with this mindset that at the end of 2 years you're going to get a degree in your hand, because that degree is useless if you didn't learn anything throughout it. You've got to have your ears open when you're sitting in class there, because it is a big investment, and at the end of it, if you haven't picked up any skills throughout your MBA, then the chances of you getting a great paying job are going to be less. Now, during my MBA, my specialization was e-business, and I loved it. I loved every single subject of my specialization, no doubt. But obviously in this MBA we had other subjects as well. So I had finance subjects, I had logistics and supply chain subjects, and I also had marketing subjects, right? And at the end of that MBA, I truly felt like a whole new person, not only in terms of knowledge, but also in terms of how I present myself, you know, grooming. I think coming from an engineering background, it was very new to me. You know, when you go to college as an engineer, if you are an engineer, you will relate. You don't think too much about how you look. That's not what the focus is put on in an engineering college generally, right? They are very study oriented and they don't really care how you look. But when you are going into the management world, you know, these things matter. And these are also lessons that I picked up. You know, soft skills is what I picked up. And at the end of my MBA, when I got an internship in Singapore, I was doing cloud consulting. I was a cloud consulting intern, and there I picked up one skill that I'm using till date, and as silly as this may sound, I learned how to write great emails. I am so confident when it comes to writing emails now. It doesn't matter if I'm writing to the VP of some organization or the CEO of some really big institute out there. I am confident when it comes to writing emails, and I think that that was an important skill that I picked up through my internship there. And after that, I got another internship which I did remotely at home during the pandemic, and that was a project management role. So within that role, I learned how to create these spreadsheets with a program tracker, which I am using today in my own fitness journey, or in terms of some projects that we have lined up with regards to Team Meraki. With every subject or every internship, whatever experience I got through these 2 years, I'm able to apply some fraction of it into my life today. So when I was in Singapore doing my internship, actually before I got that internship, I sat to give my interview, right? So I had 2 interviews there, and the second one was with the marketing head of the company, and she asked me where I saw myself 5 years from then, and this was in 2019, and I told her CEO of my own company, and she said, oh, and I had no idea how I was going to do it, when I was going to do it. Obviously it was like a long-term plan, it was like a 5-year plan, but I'm so happy to say, so happy and so proud to say that today I am CEO of my own company that I founded with 2 of my colleagues from my MBA, 2 of the most wonderful people I've ever met and worked with. I think we make a fantastic team, and even though this company is very new, and what we do right now is fitness coaching, this is just the beginning. And this confidence would not have come if I didn't do the MBA. Right out of bachelor's, I wouldn't ever have thought about, you know, starting my own venture someday. I wouldn't have. And the idea for this also came up midway through my MBA. You know, midway through it, I decided that I wanted to work in the fitness industry. I used to actually apply to internship opportunities in Adidas Singapore because I wanted to work in this industry. Unfortunately, I didn't get through, and till date, you know, I get these notifications about the internship opportunities available at Adidas. I remember writing an entire letter. I forgot what it was called. It was like a statement of purpose. It was like a full big 1-pager about why I wanted to work there, and I didn't get it. and these are not roles that a college will typically bring in for you, since it's a very specific niche. And that's why I didn't end up working in that industry and wasn't able to find an entry point into it. So in the fitness industry, there are quite a few roles that you can play. Obviously, being an influencer is one of them, but I decided that I wanted to be a coach. I wanted to be certified over here so I could help more people rather than just motivating them to work out. I wanted to do more, and that's why last year during the pandemic, I thought, hey, I'm stuck at home. Why don't I pursue this dream of mine that I've had for such a long time of becoming a coach? So I signed up with NCSF and I got my certified personal trainer and sports nutrition specialist certifications done. Apart from the fact that this is a business and it helps me pay my bills and pay off my student loan installments, yeah, I did pick up a student loan before I did my master's, but I'm very happy that I'm able to pay that back and also fend for myself and support my family a bit. To me, that is a win. I also got into my MBA thinking that I would get a certain salary at the end of it, but now looking back, I know that wasn't the right mindset. You have to be confident enough to know that that MBA is going to help you to propel yourself to the best life that you can have. And whether a company gives you that or not, you will be able to do that yourself. All you need to run a successful business is an idea. It starts with an idea, then you go on to picking up the skills that are required to help you implement that idea and then just bring it into reality. And my number one tip to you would be start before you're ready, because you will never be ready. You'll always have this thing in your head where you'll be like, nay, I need to achieve this milestone before I can just hop off and do something of my own. There's always going to be something or the other that stands in your way as an obstacle. And I'm just here to tell you that whatever it is that you want to do in life, you have everything you need to do it. And if you have the ability to opt for an MBA and actually complete that degree, you're opening up so many opportunities that maybe you wouldn't otherwise have gotten. Whether that is in terms of a great job at a huge institution that you've always wanted to work for, or whether it's starting your own business. So hopefully this video helps you think from a different perspective about any degree that you choose to have in life. If you have the opportunity to choose your MBA and your specialization, I urge you to do some research about what it is that you want to work in the future and make that choice for yourself, because honestly, it can be a life-changing decision. But one thing's for sure, you will never regret getting an MBA. I think one thing my parents have always told me is that education will never go to waste. I just wanted to bring out the core reason I did an MBA, how it's helped me in life and where I am today, and I hope to inspire some of you to do the same. So that's all for this video, guys. Hopefully it helped you in some way. Hopefully it just made you think a bit, evoke that critical thinking aspect of your mind. If it did that, then my job is done. If you liked the video, please let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the bell button so you never miss another video from me again. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!